everybody. In this video, I wanted to talk about the dangers of the enmeshed mother-son relationship. We speculate a lot about what causes narcissism and what creates an abuser. And the dangers of what I have seen with emotionally immature mothers. And when there is a breakup that happens, and she's perhaps devastated by this breakup, and starts confiding in her son, and turning her son into her little man, maybe refer to him as her little man, refer to him as the man of the house, and things like that. This is very, very detrimental. And I would have to say that this is what created my very, very dangerous sociopathic husband. He really ended up hating women, really hating women, and feeling like he was going to be engulfed by women, by a commitment. He also at the same time couldn't be alone. He absolutely cannot be alone. So he is angry in relationships. So he can't be alone, but he abuses people, and he really resented children, resented having children. What created this was that he was put in a position way too young where there was no one in his life capable or willing to take care of him. And so he was in the position of having to be the protector and the therapist and the husband. Daddy kind of bailed out of the situation, left behind a very angry, aggressive daughter and an emotionally immature and dysfunctional mother who was, had really inappropriate boundaries. And so he had no one to take care of him. And really, he was very neglected and was not well taken care of. He was also, at the same time, very indulged, could do no wrong. He was her little prince. He was her everything. And, total golden child as compared to the black sheep sister. And it was just, a very, very, very dysfunctional situation. And the net result of this was that she then unleashed into the world a social predator who totally destroyed my life and drove our son to an early grave, and, was just absolutely a complete and total nightmare as a husband and father. And I also believe that this is, to a lesser degree, a little bit of what happened to my father as well. This is a passed down abuse. This is abuse that goes down for generation after generation after generation in families. These women, the mothers were all abused, and they just pass it down. Everyone's unconsciously acting on, just acting on impulse. No one's thinking ahead about what they're doing. Everyone's having children because they want their emotional needs met. They're needy. They want family. They want someone to love. They want someone to love them. They want someone to, they want love so badly, so they have this child because they have been unloved. They have been not cared for well. So they have a child that then a child is born with a debt to pay. A child is born having to take care of his needy, unloved, emotionally abused mother. And he can't do it, of course, and he resents women, and he feels engulfed. And so my father also hugely hates women, and hated obligation, hated to be responsible to women, and so, it was sort of the same exact thing. But at the same time, he was also, could do no wrong, was just the prince, was just totally indulged. So to me, in what I see is that this is the surefire combination for creating a problematic, malignant, narcissistic man. The father in both situations was very passive or not even present. Really no discipline in either one of these situations. And both my husband and my father, very low self-discipline, very high entitlement, low ability to tell themselves no, very entitled and very competitive, and have no problem with taking what isn't theirs, claiming what isn't rightfully earned. They also have a secret inner low self-esteem because they know that their mothers gave them all this praise, but they didn't respect her praise. They took it, and you know, for a while it puffed them up, but they figured out pretty quickly that this was a low authority praise, that this was praise coming from someone who didn't know what they were talking about. And so they didn't respect it, and so they didn't really feel like it was worthy praise. It wasn't like it made them think, oh, I really am a genius because my mother thinks so. They knew better than that. They thought she's an idiot because she's calling me a genius. And so, you know, they carry that with them. So they do have an inner, you know, a real self-loathing, which they are then fighting to never have to see, never have to look at. They want everyone then, the world is then supposed to keep up this narrative. I am perfect, I'm a genius, I'm all these things. And they want to go on for the rest of their lives getting all these kudos and all this respect and all this success that's unearned because that's what their mother gave them. And then the flip side is that they don't want to be responsible for anybody's needs at all. Their needs are the only needs that they will care about. They have completely had the backlash of that is that they're completely incapable of taking care of anyone's needs. And of course, I was the perfect candidate to end up with this sociopath, having been raised by that overt narcissistic father. Emotional incest is what it is. It's emotional incest between the mother and her son. And that it's really, really the focus that I want to have on it is my experience with it is that this is really almost a surefire combination for creating a sociopath or an overt narcissist, or you know, someone with a malignant narcissistic problem. So if I have come through, if this live stream has worked, I hope this message was helpful to somebody. I will talk with you later. Bye-bye.